Dallas Cowboys fans, this is what you've been looking for. A show discussing the team you love without all the fluff and BS. Host Greg Rector, along with Cowboys writers and content creators from across the country, break it down. This isn't the same old, same old. This is the blue and silver breakdown. How about them Cowboys?
Buddy, this is Greg Cowboys 1964. Today will be the Epic Mock Draft Day 3. We will pick 112th, 127th, 133, and 177. Because, of course, 152 and 180 and 218 were dealt to the 49ers. I picked up the two fourth-round picks. And last night I ended up taking Jalon Kilgore, the safety from South Carolina, who will be a perfect fit for the Christian Parker defense. We will see what happens today. If anybody wants to be heard, just come in to the YouTube chat. Do like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's how us small guys survive. And we will see what happens today in terms of the rest of this draft. Yeah. So again, we'll see what happens today, and it's going to be an interesting little exercise. That's what these mock drafts are for. Again, it's basically the mock drafts are designed so that people understand where these players rank in terms of how we see them. Again, I don't want to get into the entire Kenyon Sadiq pick at 12. He was my best player on the board. The defensive guys were all gone. Nobody wanted to trade down. So if you're the Cowboys, you take the best player available, and that was Kenyon Sadiq. So that's the end of that story. Let's see here. We have the Titans who will pick, then the Raiders, the Jets, the Bills, the Giants, the Vikings, the Browns, the Broncos, the Eagles, the Bengals, Broncos again, and then the Dallas Cowboys pick at 112. So it'll be an interesting day here. I'll have a fair bit of time in between pick 133 and 177, but hey, that's what the Cowboys are also going to end up having is a bit of a break on day 2, of course, like yesterday with only the one pick. So if there is anybody who wants to post a comment in here and let me know what you think of the 3 picks so far, Kenyon Sadiq, Malachi Lawrence, and Jalon Kilgore, go ahead. And it's basically day 3, which is a 2-minute round, so this should go fairly quickly. It's last night's picks. Let's just go through. The picks that surprised me, unfortunately, was Ted Hurst, the wide receiver from Georgia State, who was an administration pick for the Tennessee Titans. I'm not too sure that he would go 35th overall, but again, that happens. The other pick that was a surprise to me was, let's just see here. I was kind of surprised that Caleb Douglas was taken by the Jacksonville Jaguars because he went at pick 88. That seems a little bit high for me, but again, that's the mock manager's feelings. And then to end the night, Taylon Green goes to the Steelers. Will has had a very nice draft, and his Steeler Fury guys. Let's see, they started with Omar Cooper Jr. Let's just see here. Then they got Kalen Rutledge, the guard from Georgia Tech, and who else did they get? They got Bud Clark, the safety from Texas Christian, and of course finished their night off with Taylon Green. Not a bad haul for the Steelers. I think when the crowd does show up in Pittsburgh, the Steeler Nation would be pretty happy if that turned out to be the case. Okay. So. All right. And this should go fairly quickly because everybody was told last night if you're on the clock, you cannot make a trade. You have to make your pick. So if there was a couple of deals announced last night. Let's see. Let's just see here. Yeah, the Patriots sent 191, 202, and a 2027 fourth rounder to the New York Giants for Kayvon Thibodeau and Jalon Hyatt. Okay, that Arizona received pick 130. Miami receives 151 and 186 plus a 27 sixth rounder. So those were the deals last night. It's going to be a fairly quick day, I think. This is always the fun part to me because this is where players actually get moved, right? You just saw the Hyatt and Thibodeau move. I don't see the Cowboys partaking in any of that this year. They'll wait until the 27th of April to sign free agents because, again, there's no compensatory picks at that point. It's just the way the Cowboys like to do things. They don't like giving other teams compensatory picks in the first place. Jalen Thompson is already going to cost them one. The rest of the contracts, we'll see what happens with those. But again, that's part of the reason why the Cowboys have not been a big participant in the. Thank you, Julio. It's part of the reason why the Cowboys do not do that much free agent signing, because again, they don't like giving up compensatory picks. So it's a simple matter of that fact, and we shall see what happens with the Tennessee Titans here. Let's just see. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yes. So he has the spreadsheet available. All right. Okay. And we are underway. There we go. All right, so Logan Jones, the center for the Iowa Hawkeyes, goes off the board. I'm very surprised that Sam Hecht is still available, but these things happen. All right, now we have the Raiders and then the Jets. Boom, boom. And we have no word on the Raiders pick as of right now. Boom, 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 boom. Alrighty here, let's go Raiders. Okie dokie. Still nothing from the Raiders. Come on, guys. Pick up the pace here. The 2-minute round. All right. So we got Skylar Bell, the wide receiver from UConn, and then Genesis Smith, the safety from Arizona. And now we're waiting for the Buffalo Bills.
What's that Kilgore fight? Hey! Greg!
Well,
Strong fucking coffee, man.
and no pick yet from the Bills. Okay, so they've gone with the Ohio State corner, Igbenusen. And we'll see what the Giants do here. Bum, 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 bum. And they go to Dalen Everett, the cornerback from the Georgia Bulldogs. And there goes Sam Hecht. To the Minnesota Vikings. We got 6 picks to go. The Cleveland Browns are now up. And they take another cornerback, Malik Muhammad out of Texas. Now we're picking up some steam here. Let's go, boys and girls. And I want everybody to join us on all 3 days of the draft here on Team MBS Media. Last year was a very successful year for our numbers. We will be on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And do join us, please, and thank you. Okay, so the Broncos took another Notre Dame player, Eli Reardon. I know who the Broncos are, and you people really annoy me. Okay. Jalen Farmer, the guard from the Kentucky Wildcats, and then Landon Robertson, the DT from the Naval Academy. There will be nobody from Army taken, by the way, Bill. Yeah. All right, we got the Broncos again here. And they just snapped my guy that I wanted, the TCU linebacker Caleb Elam's or okay. So now we are up. So I'm going to go to the cornerback room. And I'm going to take Julian Neal, the cornerback from the Arkansas Razorbacks. So there's two secondary players, an edge player, and a tight end now taken by the Cowboys. All right. We have Deshaun Sterling, the Mississippi Ole Miss wide receiver. That might be, well, a little early for him, but hey. Julian Neal, by the way, is just a tremendous corner. Okay, Jake Slaughter goes from the University of Florida. And now it's Parker Brailsford, who I can't believe has not been taken as far as the center goes. We'll see what the Ravens do here. Okay, so Jack Endries, the tight end from the University of Texas, goes. To the Ravens. Okay, the Michigan State Center, Matt Golban has been taken, and Hezekiah Masses, the cornerback for the Cal Golden Bears, goes as well to the Raiders. And we'll see what the Lions pick is here. The Lions take Charles Demings, the smaller corner from Stephen F. Austin. And he was a player that I selected in another mock draft that I did for the Cowboys. So we have pick 127 and 133 coming up here for the Cowboys. We're at pick 119 currently. And the Panthers take the Texas safety, Michael Tapp. And we'll now see what the Packers do. Boom, 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 boom. And by the way, picking up Neil here in the fourth round, he was a second round player on my board. So I think we just got a little bit of a steal there. Thank you to the mock drafters out there. Yeah. He's 6'2", 208, so he has the size, the athleticism. He's got very eye-catching explosiveness, his reactive athleticism, his coil, and he can weaponize his quickness and hip fluidity to mirror wide receivers in press and off man. He's an effective playmaker at the catch point. He's been very reliable against the run as well. So there you have my feelings about Julian Neal. Okay, so we've got a couple of big DTs coming off the board here. Chris McClellan, the DT from the Missouri Tigers, and DeMonte Capehart from the Clemson Tigers. Oh, and Jacoby Lane, the wide receiver, the other wide receiver for Southern Cal. is the pick of the Atlanta Falcons. And we'll see what the Chargers now do here. And the Chargers take the very good blocking tight end Joe Royer from the Cincinnati Bearcats. Boom, 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 boom. And they take the big offensive tackle from the Memphis team, Travis Burke.
Where you going there, bud?
And Demetrius Cronauer, the other right tackle from Texas A&M, goes. All right, we're waiting for the Bills pick, and then the Cowboys select. And all right. Jalon Husky, the Maryland tight end, goes. So now the Cowboys selection. I'm going to take the running back from Indiana, Kalon Black. And the other edge player for the Indiana Hoosiers, Mikel Kamara, is off the board now for the Detroit Lions. Okie dokie, come on now. Doom, 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 doom. Let's go Bears. And if you're wondering why I took Kalen Black, I did not like the Jaden Blue pick last year. Goodbye. I don't like you. Miles Sanders didn't work out. Kalen Black would be an excellent backup to Javonte Williams. Okay, we're going to wait and see here what the Bears do. They go with Chase Roberts, the wide receiver from BYU. Little early for him. Okay, so the Arizona Cardinals take Garrett Nussmeier. So we have the Falcons and the Saints, and then pick 133 for the Cowboys. Will Lee, the third, the Texas A&M corner, goes to the Falcons, and B.J. Payne, the safety from Kansas State. And now the Dallas Cowboys will also select from the Indiana Hoosiers. Aiden Fisher. There is your new green dot linebacker, kids. And then the Raiders take Emmett Johnson. The Nebraska running back. And now we have one pick left to go, kids. Pick 177. Jack Kelly, the linebacker from BYU, goes. Orleans Saints take the Bruce Becker, the linebacker from Oregon. Okay. And the Penn State quarterback, Drew Aller, was just taken by the Eagles. And no, I'm not picking a quarterback at 177, folks. It'll be Sam Howell or Joe Mixon, Milton. Sorry, Joe Milton, who back up Dak Prescott. Yeah, I'm not taking a quarterback in this draft. You guys all know how I feel about the quarterback position. I think everybody focuses way too much on them. You know, but hey, that's everybody's favorite pick. Who's gonna be the quarterback? I don't care who your quarterback is, folks. I really don't. Um, you know, Tony Romo was an undrafted free agent. He did pretty well. You know, so all right, Austin Barber from the Florida Gators goes to the 49ers, and the 49ers have another pick here right now as well. And they go to Billy Schroth, the beautiful guard from the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Oh, I have two picks. I'm sorry. I have 177 and 180. I forgot. I did not move the 180 pick. Okay. So we have two more picks to go here, Cowboys fans. We're at pick 140. So we got a little while to go. And the New York Jets take the big guard, Armaj Reed Adams. There goes Randall's number one running back. Jonah Coleman goes to the Minnesota Vikings. Katron Allen is still out here. Roman Hemby, the other Indiana running back, is still there. So there's some good running backs available yet still. Seth McGowan, Kentucky running back, he's still available. And let's just see. What do the Titans do here with pick 142? And the Eagles taking Drew Aller is actually a very good selection for them. Aller has been much improved since his injury last year and all that other fun sort of stuff. I never felt the Penn State offense was the best offense for that guy to be in, but he's done very well in the offseason. So he was pick 137. That's about where I had him going. Okay. So we're actually let's see, we're 3 minutes ahead of schedule. These guys are pretty quick at making their picks. And boom, 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 boom. Not sure what's happening with Major Keys, the guy who's picking for the Titans. Because apparently he's only podcasting on Twitter. So by taking Kalon Black and Aiden Fisher, I got you two players who played in the national championship game last year. This is something the Cowboys do not do very well, by the way. They don't take guys who win in college at the national championship level. Well, I've changed that. I've gotten you a solid linebacker, guy who you don't have to worry about the green dot anymore, folks. It's over and done with. And no, I didn't need to go with a higher pick. Aiden Fisher will be just fine as the green dot linebacker. And Kalon Black, if you watched him play last year, that little guy, he has a powerful build. He is an outstanding running back. So I think I've addressed pretty much everything that the Cowboys absolutely need in this draft. So Aiden Fisher is my ninth ranked cornerback or linebacker. Sorry. He started at James Madison, where Cignetti was beforehand. He is basically the field general on the championship level defense in college. That's what he was. So hey, that's what you now have in the Dallas Cowboys, folks. You have the guy who's going to wear that green dot. Okay. All right. So Major Keys is now making his pick here, I think. Yes, he is. So Black is a 5'10", 208-pound running back. He's lean. He's very well leveraged. He has very good elite north-south explosiveness. He can be. He is much more of a north-south attacker, much like Jalon Williams is. But again, you need those two guys. That there's no doubt in my mind. Okay, so Epicenians Presok, the 6'4" corner out of the Washington Huskies, goes to the Tennessee Titans. And Keyshawn Elliott, the linebacker from Arizona State, goes to the Cardinals. There's a hometown pick. Okay. And now we have the Titans up again here, so hopefully this pick goes quicker. And I want to thank everybody who has been watching us. Do like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Again, that's how us small guys survive here. We need your likes and subscriptions. That's always the key thing here. Again, Jeff Barnes is going to be hosting the draft show. Bill Carroll, Randall Sliper, myself, we will all be on doing the analysis all 3 days of the draft. Yes, it's a long effort, but hey, it's worth it. I know the feedback that I've been getting since I've been doing the program with Jeff and Bill. You guys really like understanding who these later round players are. Well, that's what we do. It's the top 100 guys is what the big networks focus in on, and then they give you a whole bunch of garbage. Well, we don't do the garbage. Okay. All right. Joshua Josephs is a very surprising end who's being taken here at this point in the time. He was easily a late second, early third round pick in my deal, and here he goes in the fourth round. Nick Barrett, the DT from South Carolina. And then Deion Burks, the wide receiver from Oklahoma, goes to the Cleveland Browns. And Red Murdoch, the linebacker from the Buffalo University goes to the Commanders. All right, so that's those hated Eagles yet again. Let's just see who have the Eagles taken this in this draft here. They took Monroe Freeling in the first round. Then they took Chris Johnson, the cornerback from San Diego State. They took Max Clare, the tight end from Ohio State. And Jalon Farmer, the guard from Kentucky. Then Drew Aller. And now they take the smaller edge from Texas Tech, Romello Height. And now my favorite center in this draft, Parker Brailsford from Alabama goes. Parker Brailsford reminds me of Mark Stepnoski. He was a smaller guy he's grown, but boy has he ever made a big difference for the Crimson Tide since he came with the coach to Alabama, and he will be a fine center in the NFL. Malik Benson, the wide receiver from the Oregon Ducks, goes to Randall's Buffalo Bills. They've taken a couple of wide receivers. Bryce Lance last night. And the other Auburn edge just goes Keytron Crawford. Super pick here. And that goes to the Miami Dolphins. Okay, so now it's the Niners at pick 152, which was dealt in the trade that we made, along with our 218 pick, by the way. So I gave up the 5th, the 7th, got 2 fourths, went back 7 spots. Not bad. And the Niners take Miles Scott, a safety from the Illinois Fighting Illini. All right, now it's those damn Eagles yet again. It really drives me crazy when we're doing it. And you always see the Eagles with all these picks. It just. And they take the Safety from the Miami Hurricanes, Jacoby Thomas. And we have the Ravens, the Buccaneers, the Colts, the Lions, the Panthers with 2 picks coming up here. That'll get us up to the Packers again at 160. So we'll see what the Ravens player will be. Boom, 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 boom. Um, okay, I see what the problem was here. The Devontae Wicks trade was supposed to be included, but apparently it didn't happen, and that's why the Eagles are picking at 153. But okay. Cage Casey, Torian York, Jadon Kennedy, the cornerback from the Colts. Eric Hunter, the linebacker from Morgan State, goes to the Lions. So we're now 20 picks away. And the Panthers have 2 picks here. Okay, Boar Kircher, the tight end from Texas A&M, is now gone. And what will their second pick be? And that'll be TJ Hall, the slot corner from the Iowa Hawkeyes. And Devin Marshall, the cornerback from North Carolina State, goes to the Packers. And we'll see what Will comes up with for the Steelers now. And they take Daquan Wright, the tight end from the Mississippi. And we got the Ravens. Okay, come on now. We're 162, so we got 15 picks to go. There goes Katron Allen, the running back from the Penn State Nittany Lions. Both Singleton and Allen really fell off the charts this year. They were considered the, top duo, but Mr. Price and Mr. Love from the Fighting Irish said no. Okay. And again, this is another reason why I don't give rankings to guys in summer scouting. I just say, hey, these are the players. These are guys who are going to get drafted. Da 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 da. I don't put a ranking on them because you don't know what's going to happen this season. So again, Jeremiah Smith is supposed to be this best wide receiver. What if he tears his ACL, folks? There he goes. He's gone, right? That's why I don't do the rankings. Harold Perkins Jr., the linebacker from LSU, goes to the Minnesota Vikings. I have heard teams have actually been asking Harold Perkins if he would go back to being a running back as he was in high school. He's a smaller guy. We'll see what happens. But again, Harold Perkins Jr. goes to the Minnesota Vikings at 163. And the safety from the USC Trojans, Bishop Fitzgerald, goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now we'll see what Randall comes up with. The Bills, of course, traded out of round one. Okay, Cole Brever, the defensive tackle from the Texas Longhorns, goes to Russell and his Buffalo Bills. And now we got the Jaguars back up again here. And they take the right tackle from the Missouri Tigers, Keegan Trost. And now we have the Houston Texans. We are now 10 picks away, folks. And we got Jigger Barton, the center from the Kentucky Wildcats, who was another excellent center. This year's crop of centers are actually very, very good. You're not going to see as many guards being pulled over to the center position this year, I don't think. And we now have the Bills yet again. And they go with Brian Parker from the Duke Blue Devils. And we have the Chiefs at 169, who also will be picking one pick ahead of the Cowboys at 176. I believe my pick at 180 is going to shock some people. Come on here, Mr. Price Carter. There you go. Damon Claiborne, the running back. And he was a Wake Forest Demon Deacon. Oh, let's see what the Broncos come up with. Albert Regis, the defensive tackle from Texas A&M. And the Chargers select Aaron Anderson, who's a wide receiver who attended at Louisiana State. He's nowhere near Brian Thomas Jr. or Malik Neighbors, but hey, he's still a good wide receiver. Okay, we got the Saints. Then we have two Ravens picks, the Raiders, the Chiefs, and then the Dallas Cowboys. And they take Tabichi Nawayawiwa from Oklahoma. The guard goes to the Saints. Now we'll see what the Ravens do. Boom, 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 boom. And they take the corner from the Iowa Hawkeyes, TJ Hall, with their first pick here. Their second pick is coming. Or no, yeah, TJ Hall was already selected. Yeah, he was. Carolina. So no, they have to decide on who they're going to take here at 173. Do, 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 do. Let's go, Baltimore. Come on. Your guy was already taken, so put in another player. Because you got 2 picks in a row here. Let's go. All right, Thaddeus Dixon, the corner from the North Carolina Tar Heels. And they're now taking Brett Thompson. Robert Spears Jennings goes to the Las Vegas Raiders. And Brett Thorson, is the first punter off the board. He went to the Georgia Bulldogs. The Oklahoma Sooners, Robert Spears Jennings, the safety. The Kansas City Chiefs are up, and then the Dallas Cowboys. Now let's see what Mr. Price Carter does for the Chiefs. And they take Dallin Bentley, the tight end from the Utah Utes. And pick 177 will be the left tackle from the Miami Hurricanes. Markel Bell. Six 6'9", 346 pounds, and he can be a right tackle as well as a left tackle. So there's your swing tackle, guys. Nate Thomas, you got some work to do because Mr. Bell has a very big wingspan, 7'3". He's got huge arms. He needs to understand how to use his hands much better. But again, this is a 5th round pick, guys. This is the perfect place to do that. So we'll see what the Eagles here select. And they go to Tyler Winnedem, the Texas A&M guard. Excellent player. All right, now we got the Tennessee Titans. This could take a little while. Oh, nope. Tanner Koziel, the tight end. All right. This name is going to shock everybody, but I don't care. I don't care. You are Bernard, the massive defensive tackle that comes from Nigeria. He is not going to be a UDFA if I have anything to say about it. 6'5", 306 pounds. I mean, this kid's leaping ability was just absolutely bizarre. So there you have it. The Dallas Cowboys selected UR Bernard, and he's an international player, so the Cowboys can mess around with him on the squad for several years. Markel Bell, the offensive tackle from the Miami Hurricanes. We took Aiden Fisher, Kalen Black, and let's see. Of course, we got Jalon Kilgore, Malachi Lawrence, and the number 1 tight end in this draft, bar none, Kenyon Sadiq. I think the Cowboys did very, very well. So it was an enjoyable experience. We'll be back Wednesday night with Draft Central with Bill Carroll and Randall Sliper, where we'll do our own mock drafts with the first round only, with trades. So everybody tune into that. And everybody take care.